Neill, welcome along to RaithTV. How are you?
Very good, thanks.
It's good to see you here. You've been at Starks Park now for over a week, and what a better way to get yourself settled in than having a big Fife derby to look forward to. How are you feeling?
Yeah, looking forward to it. I think it's been great. Not that I needed any education, but obviously fans, players, staff, it all reminded me what it means. Looking forward to it. I think everyone's mentioned just what the great nights and what great occasions these can be. Generally find that they're much better when you perform and you win.
Yeah, well, I mean, last week would have been a bit of a whirlwind for you, coming up the road, getting yourself settled in, seeing the players for the first time, but you have had a chance now to settle in. You've seen us playing. How are you feeling about the place and the players and everything that's going on around Starks Park?
Yeah, well, I'm loving coming into work every day for a number of reasons. Just the challenge that we've got, we know it's a big challenge, so that's exciting. But coming to work with the players, the staff, they've made it enjoyable just with their attitude to wanting to get better. They're desperate to take this club where we want it to be. So that's been really good. And then, of course, like as I say, there's some positives on Sunday, although we didn't get the result. That in the back of that 2 or 3 days' work was good to see. So, yeah, and when the game that we've got to build up to, what more could we ask for?
Absolutely. For yourself then, you're coming into an environment where there has been a lot of change, and when a new manager comes in, I'm sure there's more change that they want to bring in. How important is it that you manage that yourself and not implement things too much, or is it a case of trying to get as much done as possible?
Yeah, that's the balance is always that. Like, we want to win the next game. So I mean, everything we did for Sunday was to try and beat United, and we're doing everything we can to win. But equally, we've also got to see the bigger picture and how can we get this team in a way that we think we can go and win consistently. So I think that's the fine tuning. I think I've been fortunate. The players have been really receptive. The players have taken on board things really well. I think I actually had to remind myself that when you look at that first half performance on the back of 3 days' work, we've seen a lot of the things that we wanted to see. So that was really pleasing. But then again, like you said, that you just can't expect to do everything in a few days. We had a short week again this week, so if you think about it, we've really had 2 days training because there's not a lot you can do on the Tuesday, still so close to having played the game. So we've still got to be mindful. It's been maybe 4 or 5 good training days since I first took the job. We're going to get a lot better over time, but I still think we're more than capable of getting results in the meantime.
Brilliant. Well, you've mentioned that big game that we do have tomorrow night at East End Park. As a player, you'll have been involved in some big derbies down south as well, in Sheffield, Black Country, and maybe even some of the Sunderland, Newcastle derbies. What's that like, and what have you been able to take from those that you can pass on to the players for tomorrow? Yeah,
again, great. To play in derby games, I think it's a great opportunity. Lucky to play in some big ones that you mentioned. The biggest thing I always remember is no matter the clubs involved, a derby game means so much to the fans. The clubs in the Fife derby is the exact same. As a player, I think it's about fire in the belly, but also calm head. You need to have both. Too much of one or the other, and you'll have a problem. But our players have shown. I think we've got quite a good bit of experience in the team. They've played in these games. They've shown that they can handle it. So that's really reassuring as a manager. And it's also recognising, that little bit of tension that a derby adds is understandable from a fan's perspective. We've got to try and, as I say, be combative, do all the things that the fans want to see, but also go and perform and play. And that's what sets the good teams apart in these games, is the ability to do that.
It is a big game for the supporters. They enjoy. We've had a really good time of it last season against our nearest and dearest rivals. We want to try and continue that as long as we can. But from our own point of view, what can we be expecting from our opposition on Friday night? What are you sort of looking at, and how we're sort of looking to combat that?
I think looking at Dunfermline and the start of the season they've had in terms of the squad team selections, relatively similar to us, and that they've not been able to get the consistency that they probably liked for injuries, call-ups. So they've faced that, and I think that's difficult. So they're probably still finding their feet and looking for their best team. I watched them. I had the privilege to be able to go and watch them live at East Fife last weekend. You can see there were some good players, some really good experienced players in attack that have played at the top level. So we're going to have to deal with that. But also a big thing, as you can imagine, I've been in the job a few days, is what do we want to look like? Who are we as a team? What's our strengths? And how that matches up against Dunfermline. Hopefully we can exert ourselves on them.
From your own perspective as well, on a management side, you've spent a bit of time over in the United States and managing over there. Was there a sort of derby local rivalry culture over there as well?
Yeah, you better believe it. Orlando City for Tampa was a big one. I played in that one, and it was a great game, and coached in it as well. So again, like, slightly different, not the history as such that the five derbies got, but again, a group of fans that want to win over on their nearest and dearest. So in the last year at Barnsley, we obviously didn't get to play any of the Sheffield teams, but having been around the hotbeds of football, I know how important it is for these fans to kind of go and perform and win 3 points.
And of course, it won't just be the Raith Rovers supporters who are travelling through. The game is televised, and the Scottish Championship has such a good reputation throughout the whole country for bringing excellent and exciting games of football. Is that an added thought for yourselves, that you want to let the rest of Scottish football see and the other football fans see the style of football that we can play under you as a manager?
First and foremost, we want to win, and definitely we want to win. Derby games are all about who takes home that 3 points, but I think long term, yes. Still think mindful of the short period of time, but over a time period we want to be on television and showing how good we are. I think obviously the club did a good job of that last season. We want to do even more this season, and we want to certainly be renowned in Scottish football for playing a certain way, for an attacking brand of football. Tomorrow night I hope the players are able to bring that out.
Well, Neill, you've got me absolutely buzzing and fired up for it. I cannot wait. Thank you very much.
Good man, Graham. I hope the players are as buzzing as you are.
Cheers.